actually my first my decade in performance. I play my wind instruments. I'm based only on the sax. I'm from Limpopo originally. I started off classically trained, which now I'm broadening into African music. I'm trying to teach youngsters that you can actually do your home-based music rather than listening to all the John Coltrane and Miles Davids. They're good to listen to, but your influences have to come from home. Basically, I do session work most of the time. I'm into arts in Africa, not just South Africa, in Africa. We can still do it Fela Kuti way. We don't have to do John Coltrane. That's my whole understanding of the arts in Africa. And basically what I encourage is you do your free music. Don't deal with time, let's deal with rhythm. Do what you do what you feel, and what you're comfortable with. Keep doing what you're doing, don't do what other people do. Primary school. I played in an orchestra for 5 years. I was classically trained. I started off on a recorder. That's the basis of the wind instrument. And I grew on from there and there. My first recording experience was with the orchestra. It was in 2004, so this is my 10th year. Kind of movement that, because I feel like African music is fading away quite quickly. So I'm kind of trying to bring back the sound, which is one Chris, McGregor, all those stuff. Probably don't know that, but yeah, all those funny guys. Basically, what I'm just trying to say is to the up-and-coming musicians. Look, I'm not like a popular guy, but I get bread. So just keep doing what you're doing, and you never know where you get to. So I want to split something with my sex. Unfortunately, I wasn't born. I wish I was born in those 60s, but I was brought up in Kwaito. That's my influence, So here goes. certain artists.
What are the challenges mostly?
Challenges is we go into music straight thinking that out of the music degree we're going straight into performance. For my personal experience, I went through marketing. First I studied marketing and then went to music. Don't get me wrong, marketing wasn't a safe degree. I was doing it so I could understand the basis of music and the marketing side of it. I later on studied business so I can manage myself. Firstly, I encourage you to stop listening to European music because we've got enough resources musically and artistically, not just to musicians but to painters, to drama students. Eat the food that's from home first and then taste what's happening later. You've got to master your own being first to be another super being. You can't be a super being without mastering your own being. So for me, if you want your own sound, you've got to close yourself up in that room, check your craft over and over again. 2 hours is not enough. Transcribing it into score sheet so the orchestras around South Africa can start playing those music. Forget about the European style of music, so we can start teaching the youngsters our African music in the universities, the youngster age, everywhere. So I'm creating a booklet that consists of African score sheet. Now is to study your craft. Just because you can play an instrument doesn't mean you're legit, but you got to study it and understand what you're doing. And you've got to understand that music is two ways. There's a hobby and there's profession. You've got to understand that when you do music, you do it for the love of it, you do it for the passion, and lastly, you've got to be patient. That's my 3 P's I like to say in music when I teach. So the way to go is you have to go digitally. Unfortunately, life moves on and the world is changing. Digital is the way to go. Whether the previous question you asked about record labels, my personal view of it, it's not actually worth it. You can actually make more profit with your own.
How does one start that?
How does one start it? Simple. You start a blog, start a channel on YouTube, Facebook, but the important thing is you've got to understand the marketing factor of it. You've got to be at places where everybody thinks the same as you. You've got to be in an artistic kind of atmosphere. Like I spend 80% of my time in Braamfontein currently because art is haywire at the moment. So you've got to interact with others, ask for help. If you look at me, I'm a bit mixed. I come from a black background and an Indian background, and I wasn't really forced into where to go. I went through the Muslim teaching and I went through the black teaching, and I've realized that existence is just a matter of in a higher sense spiritual existence. What I believe in is you were born before birth. So what you see here is just an instrument with a spiritual being inside that was there before my time. That's why I believe in my family we pass on names. So I'm Sehlome Gammie Masekela. It's passed on from my great-grandfather. So I believe a spirit from him continued in this body, and as I pass it on, it's going to continue to another body. It happens in Muslim culture. You get Muhammad and then it's going to pass on to another Muhammad. I believe it's the same thing. Existence existed before what you see in front of you now. Spiritual being into this body being, and then we go to the higher being.